Good morning. We are live from Mystic Fitness. My name is Kelly. It's Monday morning. It's May 11th. It's a beautiful sunny day again. We had some wacky weather there over the weekend. I live in Somerville and we had snow pouring down for about a half hour on Saturday. It was very surprising, but the sun is out again. Grab your mat, maybe bring it outside with you. We're going to get started in just about a minute. We're going to do a power flow, get your body moving, get you sweating, get your heart rate up, lots of abs, lots of glute and lower body work. Get your week started on the right note. I'm so glad to be doing this with you guys today. This is my favorite part of my week. I always leave here feeling so great because yoga is so powerful. It is 9 o'clock, so we'll get started in just a second. But just a reminder that if you make a donation of any size, you get a beautiful mask made by one of our wonderful instructors, Mary Beth. This is a musical note pattern. It's super cute, and we are so happy to be able to support you guys in staying safe and are so grateful for any support that you guys are able to give us in return. So let's have a beautiful practice and join together on our mats. You can come into a comfortable seated or reclined position and just let your eyes close. Let the weight of your body just kind of press into the floor. Take a deep breath in and exhale, let it go. And as you're breathing in and out, as you're greeting your body slowly, maybe with a little body scan, just kind of tuning in to the sensations throughout your physical self this morning. Just send yourself a little gratitude for being present on your mat this morning or whenever you're finding this practice. Give yourself a little appreciation for giving your body this gift of yoga. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, just release whatever came before this. Release whatever your weekend held. Release however you woke up. And just arrive fully present on your mat. Arrive in your body, ready to start this practice. If you are reclined, you can slowly move over into a fetal position and then press up into a seated posture. Maybe you're sitting with your legs crossed. You can bend your knees or straighten your legs out in front of you, whatever feels comfortable, whatever feels right for your body today. We'll open our practice with the sacred sound of Om, bringing your palms over your heart space. We'll begin with a cleansing breath. Inhale and exhale. Breath in. Let's have a magical Monday practice together, everybody. Allow your eyes to open and just kind of roll your head gently from side to side. You can let it take a full revolution around in a clockwise or counterclockwise motion. If that feels nice for you, just make sure to change the direction after a few twirls. And now maybe rock your shoulders into it, just rolling them back. That could be one shoulder at a time or each shoulder together. You can get your shoulders in to deepen the movement a little bit if that feels okay. And then let's roll them forwards. Breath in, breath out, just waking up the body. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Rotate those wrists. You can be as fast or slow as you'd like. And just make sure that you take the time to change the direction of those circles, moving the body in both directions with each movement you take. Now flip both palms up to the sky like you're holding two trays in your hands, balancing them so carefully. And now flipping them down to the earth, like you're dropping them. And then up, down, just taking that a few times at your own pace, warming up the wrists and the forearms. And then squeezing your fingers into tight, tight, tight little fists. And you can drop your arms to that goalpost position with bent elbows if that feels better for your shoulders. And now spread your fingers nice and wide. Bring them into fists. Spread them out. 2 breaths with that. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, press. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, spread those fingers wide. Now keep your breath steady, but make those fists as fast as you can. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the fire in your arms. You've got this. One more inhale. Exhale. Excellent. Now shake it off like they're covered in water. You're shaking off every last drop for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give those shoulders another little roll as you breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Let's take a deep inhale, stretching both arms up to the sky, and a little side stretch here. So right fingertips come down to the earth, left arm reaches up and over towards the right. So you get this stretch through the left side of your torso. On an inhale, come back to center. Exhale, left fingertips to the floor, right arm reaches up, and then right arm reaches over, aiming to create length through your rib cage before you stretch. Let's take that one more time each side. So inhale up, exhale, stretching to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, stretching left, reaching up and over, getting long through your ribs, and then coming up to center on your breath in, letting your fingertips come down and transitioning into a tabletop position. So in your tabletop, you're on your hands and your knees, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees, beginning with a nice neutral spine. So your gaze is towards your mat and you would be able to balance a cup of coffee on your back. We'll take a few cat and cows here. So on your inhale, you lower your belly, open your heart, and tilt your tailbone to the sky. As you exhale, you curl your spine, tucking your tailbone under, drawing your gaze towards your belly button. Inhale, opening the heart space for your cow. Exhale, curling the spine for your cat. Couple times, cow on your breath in, cat on your breath out. Feel free to work the elbows into the mix a little bit and aiming to just match your movement to your breath. So your inhale is the same length as your cow. Your exhale is the same length as your cat. Coming into a neutral spine position here. Let's stretch out the feet a little bit by just coming back onto the balls of our feet and then lifting up to just kind of rest. So you're getting this opening down the entire bottom of your foot through the sole of your foot. You're just kind of balancing here. And if you'd like, you can get a little more wrist movement in here, just kind of lifting your arms up, working those wrists. Maybe a nice long stretch through the spine for a breath in and breath out. Really any movement that's calling to you here. And now lowering the palms back down, just kind of tap those feet out a little bit. And then right foot steps forward in between the hands for a low lunge. Rock the hips back towards the left foot for a hamstring stretch through the right side. And then press your hips forward for a hip flexor stretch on the left. And then just a couple times forwards and back, just waking up the lower body a little bit. Breathe in, breathe out. And now coming back to a neutral lunge position with that right knee stacked over the right ankle. Lift your chest, lift your arms on a breath in. On your breath out, a gentle twist to the right. So left palm comes to right knee. Right arm can kind of wrap around the lower back a little bit, or just right hand can rest on the lower back and just take a gentle spinal twist to the right here. Another breath in and out. One more inhale. And as you exhale, return to center, lower the hands to frame that right foot and swap out the feet. So we'll take that on the other side now. So left foot steps up in between the hands, rock the hips forwards and back a few times, getting a stretch through the hamstring, getting a stretch through the hip flexor. And you can move as fast or as slow as you'd like here. Breath in. Breath out, lingering for as long as you need in one stretch or the other. And then we'll return to center. That left knee is stacked over the left ankle. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the arms. And exhale, find that spinal twist to the left. So right palm comes to left knee, left hand either rests on the lower back or that left forearm can wrap around behind the torso. Breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Coming back to center, maybe reaching the arms up to the sky one more time, and then lowering both hands to frame that front foot. Stepping that left foot back, maybe walking the knees out a little wider and just getting some hip circles in here. Circling the hips around like you're just kind of stirring your body. You're spreading yourself against your mat, and then make sure you change directions when it calls to you. Continuing to inhale and exhale, just lubricating the joints, warming up each muscle group before we take it into some serious stretching and strengthening. Maybe pressing your hips back for a child's pose, releasing your forehead to your mat for a breath in and out. Toes tuck under, hips lift up and back. First downward facing dog of the practice. Keep a micro bend through your knees. Maybe walk your dog out here, breathing in and breathing out. Bending one knee at a time as you press left and then right heel into your mat. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms come to shins or thighs. Stay here for a moment as you just lengthen through your spine, pressing the crown of your head forward. On an exhale, fold forward. Press the soles of your feet down into the floor. Feel that engagement lifting up through your legs as you lift your upper body into a standing position, reaching both arms up to the sky. And then exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift, stretching the crown of your head forward, and then exhale, fold. Right foot takes a giant step back for your runner's lunge. Left foot steps back, landing in a high plank. Hold your plank, stacking your shoulders over your wrists. You're on the balls of your feet. You're squeezing your glutes so that your hips have a slight lift and aren't sinking down. Breath in, breath out. Let's take a toe tap here. So your right toe step off your mat and back to center, then left toe step off your mat and back to center. You're aiming to isolate the movement in your legs. That's 2 and 3. So your core is super stable. 4, 5. Let's take 5 more. 5, right and left. 4, keep your core so stable. 3, 2, isolate the movement in your legs. Last one. Beautiful job. Knees drop. Bend both elbows. Lower your body all the way down. Squeezing the glutes, palms alongside the chest. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, release. Let's take one more cobra on an inhale. And then exhale, find your downward facing dog. Toes tuck under, hips lift up and back. Walk it out for a breath in and a breath out. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, pressing the crown of the head forward. On an exhale, fold forward. Press your feet down into your mat. Slowly stretch your body up to standing, reaching both arms to the sky. And exhale, fold forward, releasing your upper body down over your lower body. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Fingertips to your mat. Left foot takes a giant step back, runner's lunge. Right foot steps back, landing in a high plank. Hold it here. Check your alignment, shoulders over the wrists, squeezing those glutes. You're pressing your palms down into your mat so that you're spreading your shoulder blades apart and creating additional space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale. Let's take a shoulder tap here. So your right fingertips lift up and tap the left shoulder, and then your left fingertips lift up and tap the right shoulder. Again, isolating the movement into hands and shoulders, keeping your core nice and stable. Let's take 5 more. Right, left 4, right, left 3, right, left 2, right, left, last one. You guys are so strong. Bending at the elbows, or drop your knees to your mat, bend at the elbows, lower your body all the way down. Inhale, opening the heart for a low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Toes tuck under, hips lift up and back. Walk it out, breath in, breath out. Inhale the right leg up to the sky, floating it there for a minute. And then on an exhale, right knee pulls in towards your nose, right foot plants, runner's lunge. Maybe taking a couple blocks underneath the hands so that your chest has a little bit more lift. And this doesn't really change anything for your lower body. It's still doing the exact same amount of work, but your chest just has a little more space between it and your thigh, which can just make this pose feel a little more open and comfortable. Take a breath in and a breath out. Root the feet down into the earth and lift your hands, bringing your chest into a hover for your airplane lunge. Your legs are doing so much work right now. Breathe in, breathe out. On an inhale, lift the chest, finding your crescent lunge. You can drop those arms down into a goalpost position if that feels more comfortable for your shoulders. If you are extending your arms all the way up to the sky, just make sure that you're still keeping your shoulders relaxed and aren't scrunching your shoulders up to your elbows. Take a breath in and a breath out. Take a bend in that left knee, dropping your crescent lunge a little bit lower. We'll find some cat and cows here. So inhale, press the elbows back, opening the chest. As you exhale, legs are stable, but you curl your spine, drawing forearms together. 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. And then inhale, opening the arms up to the sky. Exhale, warrior 2. Opening the legs, or opening the hips to the side, spreading the arms apart, right fingertips over the right toes, left fingertips over the left foot, pulling the arms apart. Tailbone has a slight tuck, and your hips are pressing open. So you're drawing that right knee kind of out a little bit more. You're rooting the feet down into the earth. You've got all this engagement through the insides of your legs, this fantastic opening in your hips. Breath in, breath out. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior by tilting your torso back, reaching that right arm up and over. On your exhale, find a bent knee triangle. So right palm comes to the inside of that right knee. Left fingertips are stretching up to the sky. So you've got this amazing opening through your chest, and you're keeping your torso slightly lifted by using that strength in your core. You're activating those abdominal muscles and using it to keep your torso slightly lifted. So no need to reach for the floor. Pull that right arm up, using that strength in your torso. On your next inhale, 1 more reverse. And then exhale, cartwheel both hands down, frame that right foot. Left heel lifts up, runner's lunge. Right foot steps back, holding your plank for a breath in and out. Rolling forward on the toes. Bend at the elbows, dropping yourself down just a couple inches, keeping your shoulders above the elbows. Inhale, open the heart for your upward facing dog. And on an exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. On an exhale, left knee pulls in towards the nose. Left foot plants in between the hands, runner's lunge. Grab those blocks, plant them underneath your hands, holding that runner's lunge for a moment, rooting that left foot down into the earth, drawing your thighs toward the midline of your body, feeling that engagement through the insides of your legs. On an inhale, lift the chest into that hover, finding your airplane lunge, making sure that your left knee is still stacked over the left ankle. Crown of the head is stretching forward. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. On your next breath in, lift your chest, finding your crescent lunge, maybe dropping arms into that goalpost position. Your right foot is on the ball of the foot. Left foot is flat on the ground. You're still drawing your thighs towards the midline of your body. So you're feeling that engagement through your entire lower body. Bend that right knee, drop that lunge a little lower. Inhale, open the heart, pulling shoulder blades together, pressing elbows back. Exhale, curl the spine, drawing elbows and forearms together. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. One more. Inhale, open for your cow. Exhale, curl for your cat. And then inhale, open to your warrior two. Left fingertips over left toes, right fingertips over right foot. Hips are open, feet are rooted down into the earth. Your tailbone has that slight tuck. You're pulling your navel in and up. There's a lot to think about in every yoga pose. Maybe you start down at the soles of your feet, kind of work your way up to make sure you're engaging each muscle group that's required. On your next breath in, go ahead and reverse your warrior, tilting that torso back, feeling that long stretch through the left side of your torso as left fingertips reach up and over. On an exhale, transition to your bent knee triangle. So the left wrist or hand is somewhere around the inside of the left knee. Right fingertips are stretching up to the sky. Breath in, breath out. Feel that opening through your heart space. Feel the strength in your core as you're working to keep that torso lifted, not crunching down to the floor. Lifted up and open. One more breath in and out. Inhale, reverse one more time. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down, framing that front foot. Left foot steps back, holding that high plank. Let's transition into a side plank from here. So holding your plank in that central position first, and then planting the left palm, rolling onto the outside of the left foot, and opening your heart as you extend right fingertips up to the sky. Holding this side plank. Any modifications or variations, you could drop that left knee. You could pull that right foot up to the left calf for side plank tree. One more breath here. Breathe in and out. Slowly and gently transition back to a regular plank, holding it here. And then right palm plants, rolling onto the outside of the right foot, opening the hips, opening the chest. Left fingertips reach up to the sky. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale and an exhale. Slowly lowering back down to a traditional high plank, rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows, lowering a couple inches down. Inhale, upward facing dog. On an exhale, downward facing dog. Walking it out here. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe grabbing a quick sip of water or dropping your knees into a child pose. Oh, I can feel the sweat just dripping down my neck. I hope that you guys are also super warmed up, feeling that fire in your bodies. Let's all meet in a downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. On an exhale, right knee pulls in towards the nose, right foot plants, runner's lunge. Holding that runner's lunge for a breath in and a breath out. Let's take a brief twist here. So just bring that right palm to right knee. Inhale, create length through your spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Maybe reaching that right arm up to the sky. One more breath in. On your breath out, lower that right hand, unwinding your twist. Inhale, both arms up into that airplane lunge, hovering your chest. Maybe reaching both hands together behind your lower back, interlacing them and just kind of squeezing your shoulder blades together, getting a beautiful opening across your chest. Inhale, exhale. On your next breath in, release your hands and inhale, lifting the chest all the way up, finding your crescent lunge. Holding your crescent lunge for a moment. And then when you're ready, you'll kick off with that back foot, pulling that left knee in towards your chest for a high knee. Bringing your palms to heart center. You'll slowly hinge on that right hip, finding a brief warrior three. And then left foot steps back, lunge, kick off. High knee, warrior three, and lunge. Let's take 3 more. Really working that right glute as you kick off. Really working that right glute as you stabilize that warrior three as you lunge down and kick off. Feel that engagement in that right side. High knee, warrior three, lunge. One more. High knee, warrior three, lunge. Finding crescent lunge. Opening up to warrior two. Holding that warrior two for a breath in and out. Flipping the palms, reverse your warrior. On an inhale, tilting the torso forward, bent knee triangle. Maybe rotating that left arm around a couple times. Maybe dropping that left arm behind your lower back for a half bind or a full bind if it's in your practice. This, even just a half bind, does a fantastic job of opening the chest, opening the shoulder. You can kind of change your gaze a little bit, shifting it more directly up to the sky. Take one more breath here, in and out. Slowly transitioning back to your warrior two, and then we'll open up into a goddess. So both heels come in, toes press out as you sink your hips down, nice and low. You have a slight tuck to your tailbone. So imagine you could kind of lean your back nice and flat up against a wall. So your knees are aligned over your ankles as you keep your hips nice and open. Breath in, breath out. All right, let's rock over to the right side and lift that right heel up, and then rock over to the left side, lift left heel up. Take that 10 more times. So 10, 9, a left and a right is 1. So 8, 7, 6. My thighs are feeling this. 5, you're halfway there. You got this. 4, you're getting so strong. 3, 2, and last one. All right, now straighten up those legs and swap the position of your heels and toes. So toes come in, heels come out, wide-legged forward fold. Open the heart, spread the arms wide. On an exhale, hinge from your hips. Lowering down with a neutral spine, releasing your upper body over your lower body. Breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. On your next breath in, use that neutral spine to lift your torso back up. We'll transition into our warrior two on the left side. So left toes turn and point directly towards the front or back of your mat, depending on how you're positioned. That left knee bends, so it stacks directly over that left ankle. Your right foot has the right toes pointing towards the right side. My left and rights are accurate right now. Left fingertips are stretching over that left foot. Right fingertips reach back. Let's see if we can remember that whole sequence on the other side now. So let's reverse the warrior on an in-breath. And tilting it forward for that bent knee triangle. On the out-breath, rotating that right arm this time, few revolutions, and then find that half bind or full bind, getting a nice opening through the chest, opening through that shoulder, maybe shifting your gaze as you breathe in and breathe out. One more inhale and an exhale. Slowly releasing that half bind, coming back to your warrior two, turning, lifting that right foot for the ball, landing on the ball of that right foot, transitioning into your crescent lunge. So we're kind of taking this in reverse now. So we'll lift off and take those high knee warrior three lunges. So let's start by bending that right knee, getting a nice deep bend. Bring palms to heart center. Kick off with the right foot. Feel that engagement through the left glute. Right knee pulls towards your heart space. Hinging on the left hip, we slowly find that warrior three. Drop the right foot. Lunge. Feel that left glute working. Kick off. High knee. Ooh, a little wobbly. Warrior three. Lunge, taking each movement on its own. Let's take 3 more. Making sure you feel the sensation of the high knee. Feel yourself in that warrior three, stable and strong, and then drop that right foot, lunging down. You've got 2 more. High knee, warrior three, and lunge. Last one. Feel that left glute working super hard. High knee, warrior three, and drop that right foot down. Beautiful. Finding your crescent lunge. Slowly lowering down for airplane lunge. Keeping that chest in your hover. I think I nailed everything on this side, but if not, it's just part of the practice, right? You don't need it to be exactly the same on both sides. Lowering down to that runner's lunge, we'll take the twist on the left. So left palm to left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Maybe reaching left fingertips up to the sky. Continuing to draw the thighs towards the midline of your body. And then exhale, lowering the left fingertips down to your mat. Left foot steps back. High plank. Holding your plank. Let's take some mountain climbers or plank sprints here. So right knee pulls in towards the belly button and then gets replaced by the left knee. So your pace is something like right, left, right, left, right, left. Let's take this for a count of 20. So 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that plank. Roll forward on the toes. Bend at the elbows, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Let's just hang here for a moment in our forward fold. Feet can be at least hips width distance apart. Take a gentle bend through both knees. Maybe wrap each hand over the opposite elbow for a ragdoll. Just gently swaying from left to right. Those mountain climbers always do me in terms of my breath. They are so hard. Take a breath in and out. One more inhale and exhale. Releasing your hands from wherever they are. Press the feet down into your mat. On a breath in, a slow press up to standing. Oh, and you can just leave the arms down by your sides. Your feet can be together or hips width distance apart. We're just going to ground down in our mountain pose for a moment. So feel free to play around, see whether you prefer your feet together or hips width distance apart. Palms next to your hips, but pressing forward. Shoulders relaxing down away from your ears. Shoulder blades pulling slightly together, getting a little opening through your heart space. Breath in and breath out. So your feet are pressing down into the floor and you're feeling that energy from the earth just rising up into your body. And so you've got engagement spreading up your legs, into your pelvic floor, into your belly, your arms. It's what's so powerful about yoga is we create our own tension and we're forced to really tune in to our bodies and to our muscles. Reach both arms up to the sky, bring your palms together, and slowly sink your hips down into a chair pose. Slight tuck to your tailbone, getting your hips nice and low. Feel how strong your legs are. Let's take a few flowy chairs. So inhale, pressing through your feet, you lift, feeling that tension as you rise. Exhale, pressing down still, feel the tension as you lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Imagine you've got like a 50-pound backpack on and you're really pressing down into the floor as you lift it up. Beautiful. Coming down into that chair pose and holding it for a breath in and a breath out. Shifting your weight into the right leg. Pull that left knee in towards your chest. Let's find a standing wind relieving pose. So wrapping your hands a couple inches below that left knee. Just pull it in close to your body. Breath in, breath out. Feel that right glute working super hard. You're squeezing it really tightly here to keep it engaged. That's your stability. That's your foundation. Breath in, breath out. Bring your palms to heart center, but keep that knee lifted. We'll take 10 leg extensions here. So we kick that left heel out on a breath in, pull the heel in on a breath out. So it's a really slow, mindful movement. Ready? Inhale, exhale. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Let that left foot come down. Give your hips a little wiggle and wobble from side to side. Those are very, very hard, but they're really strengthening for our hip flexors and our hamstrings, which is super important for many of our postures in yoga. So let's take it on the other side now, but we'll find that sequence from the chair pose we began in. So inhale both arms up to the sky. Palms come together. As you breathe out, find that tension, sink your hips down into your chair pose. Hold that for a breath in and a breath out. Shifting weight into left foot now. Right knee rises up. finding its way towards the chest. We interlace the hands a couple inches below the knee, standing wind relieving pose. Feel that right glute squeeze tightly, creating your foundation. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Bringing palms to heart center. That right knee is lifted close to the chest still. On the in-breath, we extend. On the exhale, we pull that right knee in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering that right foot down. Lost count there for a second. I do teach first grade. I do teach children how to count, and even I lost count there for a moment. We're all just human, right? Rocking hips from side to side. Take a breath in, maybe finding those coat sleeves, just swinging left and right. Breath in and breath out. Beautiful. All right, just rooting the feet down into the earth, finding that mountain pose again. We'll take a second set of that standing wind relieving pose, but we'll change up the sequence a little bit from there. So we did left side first, I believe. So left knee pulls in towards the chest, finding that standing wind relieving pose just for a moment. And then you'll open that left knee up into your Nataraja. And you can keep the hand on that left knee if you prefer your fingers or your hand on that left foot. That's also fine, but try to avoid that hip kind of popping out, the right hip kind of popping out towards that left side. You want to keep your hips nice and stable. Breath in, breath out. When you're ready, you'll allow that left foot to drop down towards the inside of the right leg, finding your way into a tree pose. Maybe bringing palms together at heart center. And it can be very easy to just kind of settle yourself into your tree pose without any real activation or engagement, and just kind of hang there. So I'd encourage you to press the sole of the right foot down into the earth, engage that right quad and glute, press the sole of the left foot against that right leg as hard as you can so your whole lower body is engaged. Pull your navel in and up, and if your palms are together at heart center, press those palms against each other as hard as you can. So now your entire body is engaged and working at this pose. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale, and exhale, release. Giving your legs a little shake, maybe swinging your arms, you rock your hips, breath in, breath out. Let's take it on the other side. So left foot roots down into the earth, right knee pulls in towards the chest, standing wind relieving pose. But we're staying here just for a moment so that we can open up that right hip. So feel how stable and centered your hips are right now, how square they are, how they're in one plane with each other. Now, if you're grabbing onto that right foot, that right leg just extends, but your hips remain where they are. Breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. I love this stretch on the inside of my leg. All right, releasing that right foot, lowering it down, finding that tree pose. And you can take palms together at heart center if that feels good for you. You can open those branches wide, extending them out to the left and right or up to the sky. But remember, you're aiming to engage your whole body. So left foot presses down, right foot presses against the left leg. If you're opening those branches in your upper body, squeeze your shoulder blades together, get that gorgeous opening across your chest. 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and breath out. Releasing that right foot down, maybe giving the left leg a little shake. We're going to take it down slowly. I'd like to add a little bit more abs in because I did promise you guys a power flow this morning. So let's take it down with a sun salutation. So standing at the top of your mat, inhale both arms up to the sky, palms come together, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, palms come to shins or to your thighs as you press the crown of the head forward. And then exhale, lowering both fingertips down to your mat. Both feet step back, high plank. All right, I'd like to do a little trio of exercises here, 10 reps, not 10 sets. That would be way too much, 10 reps of each. So we'll start with a toe tap, remembering to really isolate the movements here so that your core is stable. So we'll start with 10 toe taps and then 10 shoulder taps, and then we'll close with 10 left rights, okay? So let's drop our knees for a minute. Mentally prepare, take a breath in and out. All right, you guys got this. Lifting up into your high plank, toe taps, shoulder taps, left, rights. Ready? 10, left, right, 9, 8, isolate the movement, 7, feel how hard, 6, your core is working, 5, to keep you stable, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, shoulder taps, right, left, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, you got this, 5, as slow or as fast as you need, 6, 7, isolate your core from your hands. I don't know what we're on, let's say 9, and 10. Take a breath here, in, out, we're almost there, left, right elbow, right palm, left elbow, right elbow, left palm, right palm, 7, 6, 5, you get a child's pose after this, 4, you're almost there, 3, 2, these are so hard, last ones, but you are so strong. Oh, you did it. Drop your knees, spread your knees a little bit wider, press your hips back towards your heels, stretch your fingertips forward, surrender your forehead down to your mat. You guys are rock stars. Oh, thank you for staying with me. You are so strong. Your body will thank you for this. All right. Coming into a tabletop position. And then just transitioning onto your back. Maybe grabbing a quick sip of water as you transition. Maybe wiping the sweat from your face. If you're like me, it's dripping off of you right now. We'll wind it down a little bit. Just stretch out on your mat. Oh. Pull both knees in towards your chest. Give them a nice squeeze. Maybe rock your body from left to right a little bit. Breath in and breath out. Dropping the soles of your feet to your mat. We'll find a reclining pigeon pose here. So right ankle crosses over the left thigh. And you can stay right here. This is reclining pigeon. Or that left foot can lift up onto a block, or left thigh can pull all the way towards your chest so that you can kind of grab onto that right knee and right foot. And you can kind of remain stable, or you can rock your hips from left to right if that feels good for you. Remembering to breathe in and breathe out. Both pigeon variations, reclining and prone pigeon, are an amazing hip opener. And depending on your body, you might get a little stretch in your glute as well, and it can feel really, really nice after doing so much lower body strengthening. Lowering that left foot down to your mat if it's not already there, uncrossing the right ankle and swapping it out for the left. So left ankle crosses over the right thigh. That right foot can float up onto a block, or right thigh can press all the way towards the chest. Again, you can remain still or gently rock hips from left to right. And as we're slowing our bodies down and allowing our breath to kind of come back to its normal pattern, just remember to send your body a little gratitude for the movement that it gave you this morning, aiming to give that gratitude without judgment for how it moved or what it looked like when it was moving, but just the sheer magic that it could and it did. Lowering that right foot down, uncrossing that left ankle, grabbing a block somewhere near you. We'll come into a gentle inversion next to just get our bodies a little upside down, change our perspective a little bit. So you're welcome to take, as always, any inversion in your practice, but I'll be cueing you through a supported shoulder stand or a waterfall. So pressing the soles of your feet into your mat, you lift your hips, place that block underneath your lower back, and you can extend both legs up to the sky. You can reach your arms up to the sky as well. Just kind of circle out the wrists and ankles a little if that calls to you. Remembering to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, you can slowly release your arms and legs back down towards the earth. You can move that block out from underneath you. Before we completely finish, I'd just like to do a reclining twist. So with the soles of your feet planted into the earth, you'll just lift your hips up and scoot them over to the right side of your mat, dropping them down and then letting your knees fall over to the left. So it's a little counterintuitive, but your hips go to one side, your knees go to the other. And then your arms can extend out to the left and right, but just wiggle your shoulder blades to make sure that both shoulder blades are pressing into your mat or into the earth with even pressure. Getting an equal connection with the earth, equal energy distribution. And your gaze can be to left or right or just straight up at the sky, whatever feels okay for your neck. Let's take another breath in here and a breath out. Taking it to the other side, slowly bringing hips and knees back to center, maybe bringing your arms alongside your body as you set up, lifting the hips. They move to the left side of your mat and drop down, and then knees fall over to the right. Arms extend back out to the sides, and you wiggle your shoulder blades, settling them down evenly into the floor, settling yourself into this pose gently and carefully. Breathing in and breathing out. Just giving yourself time and space to let your breath pattern even out, to let your heart rate return to normal. And then when you're ready, slowly bringing your hips and your knees back to center and settling yourself down into your mat for your final resting pose for your Shavasana. Maybe grabbing a quick sip of water before you get there, or giving yourself any last movements that your body is calling for so that you can allow yourself to really sink into stillness. Take a breath in and a breath out. As you settle yourself into your mat, as you release any lingering hold on your muscles or on your body, just kind of letting yourself hang loose and heavy, surrendering against the floor beneath you. Maybe scanning your muscle groups and just saying hello, how are you? How do you feel now? And just asking with genuine interest without judgment to just check in on yourself and say, hey, how are you? I care, I see you. You just worked so hard, and now I'm making sure you're okay. Movement in general brings so many of us tremendous joy, and we find it to be a real gift in our lives. But I think one of the greatest gifts of yoga is how it forces us to really tune in to our physical selves, to each muscle group, and notice it and see it and engage it. We really find ourselves in yoga because we get to know ourselves. We listen when we're in yoga. So as you move off your mat into your day, into the rest of your life, try to bring that same awareness to yourself, to your physical self, to your mental self, to your emotional self. That same awareness, I see you, I'm listening to you, I'm giving you what you need. If you are still reclined, you can slowly make your way up into a seated posture, maybe moving into a fetal position and then pressing up into seated. Maybe your legs are crossed or extended in front of you, whatever feels right. And we'll close our practice with that sacred sound of Om, a cleansing breath first. Inhale and exhale. Breath in. Thank you so much for joining me, whether you were with me live or finding me sometime later. Here at Mystic Fitness, we stream to you every day at 9 o'clock on Facebook and Instagram. There is a word in Sanskrit that means I bow to you, and that word is namaste. I honor and bow to the light in each of you now. Namaste. I hope to see you guys again next Monday, and I hope that you'll join me in watching Kellie Mays live tomorrow at 9 a.m. I hope that you all have a beautiful Monday and a beautiful week. Bye.